I sound great?
Yeah, you sound good to me.
Okay.
I sound better. It's recording. Yeti mic, video is active. And I believe it's recorded. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Duke Comedy Podcast. This is Kyle's job. He's doing it right now. Hit it.
'Tis the holiday season. Where'd you go?
I tried switching my camera, but it's not going to work.
'Tis the holiday season. We've been out and about. We told people, hey, guys, we're going to take a little holiday break. But we thought we'd come on here and wish everybody a Merry Christmas, and we got a special fucking treat today.
How about Merry Christmas, you filthy animals?
Merry Christmas. Nobody even asked us if we're doing. I think people gave up. You know how we always get messages like, "You guys doing the podcast?" And now
it's just a few aggressive ones.
Oh, they're getting aggressive, and they go.
Well, no. No one asks. I know what you're saying. Like, no one hits us with the like, "Hey, where's the podcast? Where's the podcast?" Now it's just like, hey, fuckheads, remember when you guys used to care about the podcast? Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
We do care, but we also care about paying our fucking bills, and that has consumed both our lives.
Yeah, and, well, dude, I didn't even talk about my emergency surgery. Like, that's a pretty big fucking deal, you know?
Oh, your wisdom teeth. You have
my wisdom teeth.
Fuck, dude.
But that's like, we were going to record that week. It's been that long. It's, you know, well, I guess it's not that long because I still have to squirt my teeth out, but,
Really? Ew.
Yeah, I think I'm supposed to do it for like
the open cavity, not cavity.
This is the only one that's but this is the only one that I have to squirt because these ones will just like naturally fall out, which is also kind of gross, like the food. But for this one, long story short, what happened is I was like I have a decent pain tolerance.
Munching some clam. Oh shit! I forgot. There's going to be, I guess, apparently extra people listening to the show.
We can't switch what it is.
I know. I shouldn't have said that. Now they're all going to judge me.
So long story short, my tooth was hurting, and I'm like, I even told Kyle like 2 days after it was hurting, I'm like, something's really weird because it's not like a normal tooth pain, like a cavity or anything. It's just like it will randomly when it hits me, like my whole body hurts. Anyway, so. If 3 or 4 in the morning, I like put all my clothes on and I'm like sitting in my bed, like shaking. I'm like, I'm about to go to the hospital. Like I need like pain medicine. I can't close my eyes to like sleep. I was in so much pain. And then luckily my wife who works for an orthodontist, she's like, we share like an office building with a surgeon who does that shit. What are they called? Whatever they're called. So they like schedule me an emergency appointment at like 7:30.
What's coming out of the side, dude? Oh, like 2.
What happened?
The balloon. That's twigging me out.
So anyway, I go to this place and they're like, yeah, it's going through your nerve. We're gonna have to remove it. And it was right before Thanksgiving. And I'm like, sweet, awesome. Like, and then they scheduled me for like 7 days later. And in my head, I'm like, damn, that's kind of a long time, you know? And then the guy's like, okay, he came back. His assistant came back and was like, we'll get you in tomorrow. It's like bad enough that we want to do it as quick as we can. But they were going to be off for 3 days. So then he's like, I'll come in early tomorrow if you can get here at like 6:50. And it was super easy. Like I just never have had surgery or anything. I've always never really wanted to, but
it was an exposed wisdom tooth though.
And it was going up against my nerve. So if it would have split that, it could have been disastrous. But anyway, that is the start of what is going on. But like Kyle was saying with bills.
That had nothing to do with why we missed the podcast, all right?
No.
That's just a story we haven't told.
but that got me like behind because that put me like a week behind. And it again, like it's not that we don't want to like still have fun and do this, but when Kyle and I talk on a phone to catch up with each other, it is very fucking hard after doing that.
Jesus.
To then be like, hey, let's go have that same conversation again in front of the microphones and then try and act natural and do a podcast. It's just like, we'll get to it later. And then things just stacked up with Thanksgiving and then the next thing and then the next thing. And now we're here.
And me and Colby, outside of the podcast, we don't do anything together anymore. So it's not like our schedules are in sync where it's like, all right, well, we don't have to make any content today. So now we can both do it. Like it's either Colby's doing something, I'm doing something. But crazy news, River, the guy that works for me?
Yeah.
Dude, he fucking came out as gay.
I knew it.
Actually, time out. Quick question. Amanda, River, we're moving our offices, so I can't just fucking, all the boxes that, like this stuff that we're not going to need by the end of next week. You guys can go start putting it in the trailer. So, like, just weird boxes, like this stuff, whatever that shit is over there. And then, like, the extra loco, you can just go set it in the trailer just for something to do. We're moving today, so they're just sitting here fucking staring at me. We're all out of a lot of inventory, so we're just, lots of fucking deers in the headlights. I got to start going boss mode, having people move and shit.
Did you already empty the room behind you with all the stuff?
Yeah.
That was a lot of stuff.
It's all the way over there. Yeah. All the fucking screen printing stuff that I kind of regret buying, and I don't just want to give it away. Huh?
No, open the side door.
No, the side door's open.
The screen printing
Either of the side doors.
It's tough because it's like it takes up so much room, but it also takes up so much like time.
But it sounds like the concept sounds fun for screen printing, but then you realize they're like, wait, screen printing is literally just doing the same shit over and over and over and over again, like repeatedly, and nobody, especially me.
It's something that if you had like a team of people who that was their job, it would be fun to like just make cool shit. But
yeah,
I couldn't do it either.
You want to hear something weird?
Yeah.
So for the game that we're working on, that's supposed to come out here in March. So like my side of things is like promoting stuff and getting other influencers to promote and like lining up like paid Instagram promotions and all that bullshit.
Yeah.
So River has been doing a lot of since Beersy stuff. I mean, for Cyber Monday and all the holiday stuff blew up, but then obviously slows down the closer you get to Christmas. And so River's been he's been like taking over my contact to go like find people to post and shit. Well, he just starts like emailing people, Today, him and Sami are getting on a call with FaZe and Keemstar's people.
Oh, yeah.
So like FaZe Banks, obviously – I mean, I don't know if I even talked about like.
You probably should get on that call.
Yeah, he has me like blocked and shit because I was giving him shit for being a jackass in the fucking club, and then, my God, why are there so many fucking dogs out here? And then obviously all the Keemstar stuff I talked about. So I'm like, I probably shouldn't be on that call. Not because I think they would do a great job at, but I'll just make that between River and Sami and them.
Yeah, you guys handle those people.
Yeah, so kind of funny though but I know I do know that Keemstar, his people said he wanted to be a part of this location-based game, and then Pokemon Go came along, I guess, and just I don't fucking know what happened, but he has a really big interest in location-based games. I know he would do a great job. But
he's got such a strong audience too.
Yeah, but I can't be like, oh fuck yeah, dude, Keemstar buddy, we're fucking, like all the other people where they got a beef with somebody. And I don't even have a beef with them. I just don't particularly like. There's a couple moments that I've watched the guy do that I'm not a huge fan of, and I mean that was a long ass time ago. So
yeah, we've even talked about it on the show because he came on the show when we both weren't there.
Yeah, Yeah, it's not a fucking beef. It's just like that's kind of weird that you thought it'd be a good idea to retweet dicks on a child's face. Like that's kind of weird to me,
People change, man. People change.
Yeah, I mean, there's some things you do that's like, all right, like I get it that you've changed, but like should be like a thought in your head, like maybe I shouldn't do this.
Well, yeah.
But so should we warm everybody up for what's going on today?
Well, I want to run through one thing that I saw before we get into that. Actually, never mind. I'll save it for the next show.
What is it?
It's not a safe for work topic, and I realize that we might have a different audience.
Oh, okay, yeah. Supposedly, there's some bunch of different college kids and stuff coming in here. Basically,
college kids, I got to say it.
All right, say it.
Okay, so I was having a conversation with somebody, and it was
fuck my ass.
Well, now it doesn't matter if I say it because you just did that.
Well, these people that run this fucking place have 17 dogs.
You know that's up for sale, that place?
Is it?
To you? Yeah, that brewery and stuff.
The brewery's for sale?
Yeah, I don't know why I was looking up something, and then office space came up, and your place was there, and then one next door was for. Okay, anyway, let me get to this. All right, so talking to this dude, and he said something about like going to the bathroom, and this dude took a piss, and he was going into a bathroom at a bar, and when the dude took his piss, he turned around and was like still fixing his pants while walking to the sink, and he was like appalled and was like, I almost fought the dude, and like over, and I was like, dude, that is a
Because he was zipping up his fly?
Yeah, and he saw his dick. And I was like, dude, that is a gross, like, huge overreaction you're having right now. He's like, dude,
is this something you talked to a guy for?
Yeah,
sorry, I missed the beginning.
Yeah, someone in my chat was like, "Oh, yeah." So I saw this dude's dick. Like, I almost fought him. I was like, "Dude, that's a super."
Who was this?
No, well, it was someone in my fantasy league who will remain anonymous because he's my really good friend. Okay. But then he was like, I bring up this point. The point was, hey. So you saw that dude's dick, and he wasn't like pulling it out like, look at this, like he was just in passing, turning more than likely because he was just trying to give you the room to the stall, right?
It is kind of weird that he still had his dick out while turning.
Well, yeah, but to like try to fight a dude seems like an overreaction because listen to this.
Just because he saw his dick, that's weird. God, I gotta fight this guy. I just saw his dick.
But think about this, right? So porn is 50% dicks, right? That's what you're seeing is another dude's dick. In 2017, because that's just the stat I could find, there was 1,000 views on porn per second. 78.1 million views a day. Think about how many dicks people are already seeing.
I know, but the connection you're making is...
No, I know it's not unsolicited.
Do you know what you sign up for when you're watching porn?
I know, but I'm saying you've seen enough dicks that some dude accidentally turning around to, like, with his dick out, not, like, putting it onto you. You don't need to fight the guy.
Yeah, no, you don't need to fight him. It is weird that somebody turns with their dick still out.
But I get both points, but it's not worth fight. Like that's
not a fight over. Well, especially when what's happening, you get in a little bar fight and then you get stabbed multiple times and die. Like,
dude, that's it. Like the quarterback, the
dude and what was
quarterback for the 49ers brother, who's also
Nashville or something.
Yeah,
he got in a bar fight and him and his buddy got stabbed and died.
I saw a guy.
I bet you it was over some fucking bullshit too.
I saw a guy shot the barber. He shot a barber 3 times in Texas because the guy did a bad haircut on his kid. That's a true story. I swear. You can look it up. That's fucking true.
Yeah. All right. It's 10:30, which we can go a little late. But so today I've talked about this book for a while that I've kind of been involved with. And so so he's coming on the show. The dude who wrote the book is coming on the show. We haven't done a guest in forever. He's a very entertaining dude, and it is kind of a cool story. But we're about to get him on. But I think you should open it up. Like before we get into the book, you should say, "What's your opinion on gay marriage?" and just see what he says.
Wait, that's what you want?
We need to ask him a hot seat question that has nothing to do with what he's coming on for. But
about Trump
I talked about the book stuff on here before, right?
Yeah, we'll let him talk about it.
We attempted a post on my Facebook page where I'm like, I didn't think it was going to do very well on my Facebook page just because we can't sell a fucking funny shirt on my Facebook page for $10, let alone a book for $20. So we've kind of remeshed it. I'm like, why don't you, like, I met him a couple times. And I'm like, why don't you just come on our podcast? It actually make the podcast pretty cool. I have no clue how it's going to go, but he's a very like outspoken dude. And so that's why I think you should hit him.
I'm going to ask him if he thinks that if something about Trump, get him going.
He's got to support Trump. He's a teacher, though, so doesn't that already lean? No,
I just don't want to say gay marriage because it puts us in a weird.
Just do it.
All right, fine.
Just do it to see what he says.
The first thing we ask everybody.
His name's Brad Judy. Just do it to see what he says, and just be like, "So we're gonna open up the show. You're the hot question. You're the author of Deception, but we would like to know what is your opinion on gay marriage?"
Brad, what's the book called?
A Deception. And because you haven't met him before.
Speaking of deception, do you agree in gay marriage?
All right, I'm gonna send him the link. We're gonna.
So is he gonna be live on like video or is he?
I don't know, dude. I'm just sending the link through.
All right. So what's awesome about this? While Kyle's sending the link, is we have no testing of if he's gonna be able to join this call.
I'm gonna send it, and I gotta pee.
We just don't know if it's gonna work.
Here, I'm
but,
gonna tell.
Here we go.
Just all right. I gotta pee.
That's the stuff that we do, though, man. We just we throw it out and see if it works. We see if it sticks. Speaking of seeing it sticks, this part, if you're watching on YouTube right now, I swear my office isn't as messy. It's just the perfect view to see all the mess. Yeah, it is pretty messy. I got all the old labels that don't use anymore. Old label. They're all over the place. Was shooting that on that thing as a little.
So remember, we can edit the. I mean, if we don't hit the right note when we ask him about gay marriage, we can edit that post, because we obviously, if he says something, hold on, 1 second, if he says something super wild, we might have to edit it out.
Well, let's make sure you can hear us. Brad, can you hear us?
Mic test.
I can.
Yeah, he hears us.
Good morning.
The man, the myth, the legend, Brad fucking Judy. Am I allowed to swear, even though kids are watching?
Merry Christmas to all of you.
Yeah, Kyle set us up with, hey, we got to be a little more professional today, and we've already talked a little bit too much about stuff that's not professional. So welcome to the podcast, Brad.
Thank you very much. I'm really happy to be here.
Colby, Brad, Colby.
Brad, nice to meet you. Brad, the author of Deception, correct?
Correct, Colby.
Well, to get right into the first topic of deception, what are your thoughts on? I can't say it. I was supposed to ask you a loaded question at the start, but I can't just keep laughing.
Bring the loaded question. I want it.
No, it was supposed to be a joke question. I was going to ask you a question.
That's what we ask everybody.
We ask everybody the same question at the start. What's your thoughts on gay marriage?
Oh my God.
Holy shit, that's a loaded question.
That's a little early for the Jameson.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
He passed.
1034 shots of Jameson. I'm a big fan of that.
Yes. Thanks, Colby.
You got to put it in your coffee.
Yeah.
So, Brad, I think the best way to start this is for you to kind of give us a little background on the book.
Okay.
And then
yourself.
And yourself.
Okay. Well, I am a high school teacher at a school called Kamaikan High School. Go Braves, here in Kennewick, Washington. I want to talk a little bit about how the book's done. It's self-published, and in just a little over a year and a half, it's done about 1,550 copies, which isn't great, but it's self-published. So I'm pretty proud of that, with no marketing. It was nominated for Great Books of the Northwest 2019, and the biggest thing I've had that I felt has happened in this year and a half is a New York Times bestseller who writes murder mysteries by the name of J. Jantz has read the book, and she liked it. So kind of that's what has gone on there. Now, why did I write Deception? That's interesting too. My godfather, Colby and Kyle, is a Monsignor in the Catholic Church, and he saw my dad with South African Krugerrands and was going to go to his deathbed with him. But for whatever reason, he decided I needed to know. I'm his godson. So he let me know.
Hold on, quick timeout. Quick timeout.
Yeah.
Hold that thought. So just so you guys know, Brad isn't just some random dude that just approached us. Brad's son-in-law is my brother-in-law. So There's the connection. I actually I meant to explain that before you got on. It's not like you're just some random dude we just pulled out of thin air. There's a connection. Father-in-law, son-in-law. That basically just makes us step son-in-laws.
Yeah, so Kyle's basically your stepson-in-law.
He's family. And
you can boss him around.
Well, I try, but it's not going to work.
It's close enough that it's weird if we kiss.
Maybe. Debatable. All right, sorry, keep going.
Or it was weird when we kissed.
So a Krugerrand, by the way, just so you know, both of you and listeners, is a 1 ounce gold coin that was made in South Africa. So,
okay. I had no clue what that was before. You said that word. I'm like, cougar.
Collecting them for ever since Vietnam, and he collected a shit ton. And so when I'm talking a shit ton, I'm talking millions of dollars of South African Krugerrands. So my godfather decided to finally tell me where he thought they would be. He was convinced. I had to work a deal out, and I got into the house in Lewiston, Idaho, and we went looking. and I'm just going to cut to the chase.
What
You
house?
need to know
Whose
that
house?
Part of the book is that's a home in Lewiston, Idaho.
This was
Do
your
I want to give you
grandfather's
the
house?
address?
What was it? Your grandfather's house?
No, it's my dad's.
Okay,
my
your
dad's.
dad's house. Okay.
And we went looking, and there's in the book. I'm plugging.
Yeah, plug away.
I will explain to you how I got into the house. It wasn't easy. We went in with sledgehammers, metal detectors, and we had professional gold treasure hunters looking. We didn't find it. Now, now you know part of the deal is this was a treasure hunt. I didn't get it. And when I didn't get it, I got pissed off, and I decided I was going to do a tell-all about my father's life, which was compelling, fascinating, tragic, and the list goes on and on and on. He also talks about when I was a kid, he started telling me about Vietnam. I did not know. I had a strong connection with my dad. I had no idea that he was unleashing all of his demons on me about his stories in Vietnam. He told nobody but me, okay? Now, the reason I know that is because after I wrote Deception, I talked to my godfather, who were like brothers with him, and he said, Brad, I got goosebumps because he never told me these stories. I thought I figured he told them for sure. He did not. So I'm sharing with the reader my dad's stories of Vietnam. He won the Bronze Star for valor on that, folks. I'm also sharing what happens to a man inflicted with demons. He's got tons of them, tons, and what it does to the loved ones around him, the moms, the dads, the brothers, the sisters, everybody, okay? And finally, this is where it's a nefarious ending. It's a mystery. And so what I did is I got the death certificate, the will, and the autopsy, and I put it inside, plugging, Deception.
Plug away.
And I'll let you, the reader, make your call, what you think happened to my father at the end. And that's kind of what Deception is in a nutshell. My father was an accomplished surgeon. And when I say accomplished, Colby, Kyle, you may not know this either. I knew he was good. I didn't know he was world-class good. In the book, I bring up a chapter of a gentleman named Michael DeBakey. And Dr. DeBakey is arguably the greatest surgeon in the history of America for the heart. And he was so impressed by my father after Vietnam and the exploits that my dad did that he offered him a position in Houston, Texas, 1972, to be his right-hand man. So that gives you some idea there. So that's kind of Deception. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to tell you what my plan is. What I want to do.
Well,
Can
so
I do that?
let's break this down real quick. So, Deception.
Okay. Break it out.
It's a book about Brad's father. It's got a treasure hunt.
Yes.
It's got some very insightful information on veterans.
Yes.
And also possibly a murder mystery.
Boom.
That's accurate.
So, continue.
So the plan is simple. By having an opportunity to do a podcast with you folks, I got another one with a gentleman named Travis Wingfield who does the Miami Dolphins. I would like to get enough attention from a New York publisher that they might be interested in taking this book. And if they take the book and give me a contract, I'm here to tell everyone, the listeners, that I'm going to give 50 to 60% of it to either the Gary Sinise Foundation or the Upon Giant Shoulders Foundation, which is Robert O'Neill. Now, I got to tell you a little bit about Robert O'Neill, just to kind of give you some more fun stuff. In the book, Dr. James Drynan is pivotal in this book. I could not have written it without him. He went to medical school with my dad. Dr. James Drynan is a retired family physician from Butte, Montana. Robert O'Neill was one of my Dr. Drynan's son's best friends growing up. That young man was running around Dr. Drynan's house. Robert O'Neill is the one that is responsible for killing Osama bin Laden. And so I'm trying to help his foundation with this. If this gets big, I want to help soldiers. That's the bottom line. I want to help the soldiers with PTSD primarily.
So basically, if you check out the book and support the book, you're supporting a great cause. Everybody wins.
Yes, correct.
And so book-wise,
yeah.
Brandon said something about offering it for free on Amazon, unless that's bullshit. Am I lying?
No, you're not lying. Thank you, Kyle. I am going to.
Good thing you aren't lying, because that would have been pretty awkward if you were lying.
Well, yeah, that's true. I wouldn't do that to either one of you.
Yeah.
It's the book's going to be available January 8th through the 13th. for free. Now, if you want to download it now, between now and then, hey, man, that's great because then I make a little bit of money. If you want to download it after the fact, that's super, but it will be free from the 8th to 13th. Now, how do you do it? It's simple, real simple. If you have a Kindle, you already know how to do it. If you don't, you just get on your phone, go to your app store, you type in Kindle. There it is. You download it, and then you just type in Deception, Brad, Judy, and the book will pop up. Boom, you download it, you're off and running.
And that's on the Kindle app, or can it be on Amazon?
Well, it's going to be on the Kindle app, but it's through Amazon, Kyle.
Okay.
Yeah. Good question.
Yeah, then if you do download it, make sure you leave 5-star review because that's what Amazon. That's the lifeblood of Amazon is that 5-star review.
So basically, what happens, I believe, what we're trying to go for is, this will probably be uploaded today, but it won't be free. But I believe just by giving enough traction to it being a free book, it starts bumping that up in the search results, and then hopefully it gets a little snowball effect going. Is what we're.
That's the hope. That's the hope. That's the genuine hope I have.
Hey, You know what? That's how the word of mouth stuff works for those books, though. Because what was the one that was? I'm trying to remember. It was a couple years ago, and it was the dude that it was not an Everest mountain, but he climbed it, and the same thing happened. He told his story, and no one ever heard about it, and then he went on.
Is it the dude that went blind and he climbed down Everest?
Yeah, but what was the he went on some place, and he was like, my goal is to give away 1 million copies, and then it was like, why would you give away 1 million copies? But it was like, oh, because now everyone knows.
Because now he's making fucking movies.
Yeah. I can't remember who it was, though. It was a couple years ago. My brain doesn't work very well.
What about here's just a thought. I feel like when you talk about this book, if you read the book, you're going to feel this way. It's a potential for a movie script too. I'm not kidding. This is going to be a wild ride for those that read it. I almost assure you. I lived in it. I know. So there it is. But,
hot topic question: if it's turned into a movie, what actor's going to play you?
Got to be fucking Matt Damon always, or Stamos.
I'm going Colby. I'm going Matt Damon for my dad. I love my dad, even though you had demons. I'm going Matt Damon for my dad.
Hell yeah! You remind me of a Mark Wahlberg, maybe.
Well, I'm 6'5".
Oh, The Rock? You like The Rock?
Matthew fucking McConaughey.
Fucking, I'm going Rock.
Yeah, The Rock.
Rock. I'm just saying.
So let me lay this out. In a world of deception,
yes.
Matt Damon as Brad's dad.
Yes.
And The Rock starring as Brad.
That's right.
Let's fucking go. That'd be sweet. Hey, fun fact, Brad, I actually sold a movie script once. $22 is what I ended up making on it.
Well, you sold one. I haven't done that.
On to who?
So there was it was a long time ago. It was a freshman in college. And then what you do is you would write these, it was like one of those basically,
we're losing you.
Scam site basically where you upload it and then they give you a thing if anyone ever picks it up. But it was 7 pages. It wasn't a full movie script. It was just an idea. But I had already wrote it for an essay. And then someone was like, oh, you should check out this site. And I literally checked out the site, created an account, uploaded it, and then I got $22.
Just $22 for the script? What if it would have been turned into a blockbuster movie? Would you have made more?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think so. It was a really weird thing. It was through a publishing house by some guy who he ended up making the movie Up, the kids movie.
Oh.
So it was a real thing, but I never made anything of it. It was called Pete the Eat. Pretty good movie.
Pete the Eat?
Yeah.
All right.
Up's pretty sad, especially in the beginning when grandma dies.
Yeah, what? Spoiler, dude. What if someone hasn't seen Up?
But she was probably cheating, so death comes to...
Now I got to see the movie with Matt Damon and The Rock.
Well, I mean, it's just a wish. I mean, it's a hope.
Matt Damon, I don't know. He doesn't really excite me. Give me somebody exciting.
Mark Wahlberg, dude. Wahlberg's exciting.
Wahlberg, but he's 5'7".
Yeah, but that's movie magic. Movie magic.
That's right.
Can grow.
That's true. And he's a big son of a bitch. I mean, he's big.
That's
Mark Wahlberg's real, though. That's what I like about him.
That's Christian Bale. Christian Bale played Mark Wahlberg's crackhead brother, and then 6 months later played fucking Batman. In movie magic, baby. Yeah. They can do anything.
Yeah. He's just amazing. That's why.
Well, hey, Leonardo DiCaprio starred in Inception. He could probably double in Deception.
What's he gonna play? He's playing me. I'm not gonna play. No.
I'm just just a play on word.
So, quick question: do you ever listen to ASMR?
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
No.
It's
Colby,
like
give him a sample. Give him a sample.
Let's go.
Hold on.
I'm trying to find
All right.
good. Here we go.
All right, here
I'm
he goes.
looking over, Kyle. I'm looking over at your brother-in-law, and he's laughing about this.
All right, so this would be a good ASMR right here. I want to do a couple for you, okay?
All right. Here we go.
That's me opening up a pledge.
No, you got to, okay, chew something. Pretend you're chewing something.
Me?
No, Colby.
I'm eating a piece of tape now.
Keep going. So ASMR is when you do just basic life things and you put it up really close to the microphone. And it just is like high intensity, like chewing, like.
Yeah, then like, so when people will take like a package, like when you get like a new TV, it has that like plastic around it. There's people out there who, for lack of a better word, get very excited when you peel that thing off and it's like. So they put these microphones up there. And it's like
really high intensity microphones, so you can hear like every little like rustle and everything.
Right. And then like there's like people that will like eat Cheetos and make millions of dollars because they girls will do it and get millions of views.
Whatever rose people's boats, Kyle.
Hey, this is me eating the flaming hot Cheeto.
Yeah, but my buddy Jared was like. Lauren was saying that.
Oh, great!
That he fucking goes to sleep listening to ASMR every night.
Oh my gosh, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, I'm like, that is weird. How is that not weird to anybody? But
well, like what kind of ASMR? Like eating like a hamburger?
No, I can't. I think just somebody. I think just like because what people will do too is like they'll do it but whisper like, "Hey, Brad, what are you doing, buddy?"
Well, there's like white noise machines. Why would you go through ASMR? What a weirdo,
That's
dude.
Red flag 17 for that guy.
Brad, I had something I was just gonna say, but now I'm trying to remember who it was. Oh, hey, who did he tell you that to?
Who did what?
No, who did he tell you that to about the book?
Who tell me?
No, who did he tell you that to?
I'm still lost, Colby.
Oh, Kyle, fill it in.
So when you first started doing it, and you thought it was you thought you were going to run with it, and when you first started talking to him, who did he tell you that to?
Okay, you sons of bitches!
Dang it, I lost it. I couldn't do it with Kyle.
He got out of his chair. I wasn't gonna. Hey, listen, you sons of bitches. Have some.
How early is it there? What time is it?
It's 10:50.
Hey, Jesus talked to me. If that's what you want, I'll give you that. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
We used to do that on like business calls at the very end. So that we'd go through a whole call with people,
like a serious business call.
And then at the end, between either Kyle or myself would have to, whatever one would start doing it, we'd be like, okay, yeah, sounds good, man. Get that contract over to us. Oh, by the way, who did he tell you that to? And then one of us would just be dying.
It was Jesus.
He did it. He did it.
It's a popular, it
was Jesus.
It's a popular YouTube video. It's actually not even that popular. I think we made it popular when we were posted on Facebook.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna watch it. Brad, question for you. Are you a big conspiracy guy? What's your favorite conspiracy if you are?
I love that question, Colby. My biggest one. I don't trust. I have trust issues. Living in that life I lived, I have serious trust issues. I face every day. The one that I'm 100% positive there's a conspiracy around JFK. 100%.
Oh, that's easy. That's
JFK. Triangulated. It was more than one shooter. I don't give a shit.
You think it was his wife who went under the? You think it was his wife who did it? That's one of the theories.
I think it's the Cuban mob. I think it may be the mafia. A little bit of both. Who the hell knows?
That's one I never really dove into.
The big one that I've been getting really deep on, obviously, which along with everyone else, is Epstein didn't kill himself. Well, it turns out he definitely didn't kill himself. And now more and more people are like starting to open up these doors, and it's like, oh shit, at least I'm not going to get killed because everyone else says the same thing I say.
Epstein did not kill himself, but that's another one right there.
But that one's just too easy, you know? Yeah. I'm gonna chat with my buddy Pat. I probably shouldn't say their names, but yeah, Ken's in it. It's called After Dark Chat. We just go through like conspiracies, and so they're big on.
Didn't they just lose the initial footage for the initial suicide?
Yeah, and then did you know that the dude in charge of the two cops, so like the prison dude, 2 years ago, 2015, so 4 years ago. Bought a $26.5 million house. He's a government employee, so all of his salary has been documented for the last 11 years. And the most he's ever made is $203,000 in a year pre-tax. Wow. How the fuck do you order a $26 million house? You don't. It's impossible.
Wow.
So the one that we were going on the other day, though, which I never had looked this up before, it was the Yeti, the Russian Yeti one. Where there's like the dudes that the people were hiking and then they randomly like ran out of their tents. I never even heard that one, and it's super popular and people think it was the Russian Yeti.
I don't believe any of the animal shit, like the Loch Ness,
Other
people say it was a Russian like military test, and they were just
Kyle, what percent? I'm gonna go 10% to 20% chance that there's a Bigfoot Sasquatch Yeti.
0%. I would put it on my life.
You don't think that there's one supernatural being out there? Well, what about dinosaurs? Do you believe dinosaurs were real?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes, because we can prove that.
How? How do we know the
Fossils?
Scientists? How do we know the scientists didn't just make up the fossil technology?
Because it's so widespread that's
so impossible. If a dinosaur was at one time real, but there has never been like another creature like a Bigfoot, Loch Ness monster, or a Yeti out there somewhere. I'm just playing both sides.
Yeah, so what I do struggle with like the dinosaurs, sometimes I'm like, how the fuck do they know they're putting that shit together right? Or like a lot of times they'll find like one piece and then they'll be like, oh, we'll just, then they act like they know everything else about it. That's kind of what I struggle with.
Dinosaurs are fake.
Both of you too. What percent UFOs?
100%. 100%. That's actually what I was just going to say. The fucking Bob Lazar. No, 100%. Go watch Bob Lazar on Netflix, and you'll come away from it.
I'll say 99. I'll say 99%. I'll leave 1% doubt. But the thing is the way I look at like what Kyle's saying with Bob Lazar is there's just so many reasons why you can't think that we're the only species in this one part of the universe, right? There's just like, what would make us so lucky to be the only thing around here? It just doesn't make any fucking sense.
I'll say I'm questionable about if something is actually visited Earth, but out there's something like us. 100% guarantee it.
And I think too, if you follow the money, like Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, there's a big Kazakhstan. How do you say it? Where did Borat go? Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan.
They partnered up with Russia and they're doing all these space things, and all these guys are racing to space. And there's a reason why all these billionaires are putting their money in the space programs and why SpaceX and all these things are happening. It's because they know something. Follow the money trail. Like that's like why I don't like the Antarctica conspiracies and stuff. It's like you got to follow the money, man.
Go watch Bob Lazar. Change your life, man. You won't care about death after you watch it.
Bob Lazar. Yeah, that's
Kyle.
Me?
Colby?
Yeah.
Can I just one last? I forgot to put this in, and I got to remind myself.
Whatever you got to say it.
Yeah, this is a free, open. Do whatever you need to.
Deception will be available for free on these dates, January 8th through January 13th. It won't be tomorrow because they're running this podcast tomorrow, guys. It will not be available until the 8th and through the 13th.
And Colby will put the link in the description.
I can do that.
So we'll just email me back over that link, and then Colby will put it in the description, and then they have a clickable link, so they don't have to go search on Kindle.
Yeah, that's easy.
I think we froze. I think you froze on us.
Brad, froze, Brad. Oh, dude, it's because you mentioned JFK.
He looks so concerned in this frozen picture.
What if he came? Oh, there he is.
There you are. There you are. He's back.
What if he unfroze and was like, yeah, fuck those guys.
I've enjoyed. I got to tell you something. I've enjoyed this a lot.
Yeah, it's good times.
Well, let's do it again. It was actually kind of fun. I think people will. I think it will actually change it up for our podcast.
It'll be good to do a follow up too and see how things are going.
Yeah, because I think, man, we should do this with more people. It's a lot funner to fuck with people. Not that we're fucking with you, but a couple things we were, and yeah, I'm sure it'll be somewhat interesting to the listeners.
Dude, I would love to get some more Jameson with Brad and talk about Antarctica because it's definitely something going on there. I could go on for that.
Crazy shit, man.
What?
Antarctica.
Fill me in.
Oh my gosh, Kyle, you're so sheepish, man. You gotta wake up. Stay woke, dude.
I don't know. I've been trying not to.
All right, Brad. Cliff notes. Kyle, Antarctica. What you?
Well, I feel like they're doing some crazy stuff with the seeds and the preparations for end of times, and there's just some weird shit. That's all I'm saying.
All right, Kyle, let me ask you something about this. Do you trust that all these continents are working and whatnot, but for some reason we can't inhabit Antarctica all of a sudden or forever? Well, let me tell you, there is a treaty signed by everybody that we wouldn't fuck with Antarctica and we would leave it free, right? Well, there's a lot of theories out there, and there's a super popular general who went and he rushed Antarctica in a military test, supposedly. And when he was there, he was like, dude, there's motherfuckers living there. Like, these are, there's people there. I was like, what's going on? And they're like, you got to go. And he's like, on his deathbed, put out his journal type thing, and his kids posted it. Hey, similar tie into what we got going on here. And it's like, you start reading these things, and there's theories on like the hollow and all this stuff. So there's obviously you can pick and choose which thread you want to follow if it's real or not. But there's definitely enough stuff there to raise your concern to like, I should do some research on this.
Is there much hard evidence of anything that was going on, or is it just
planes will randomly like disappear and stuff there, and like people can't travel to certain places, but then there's definitely like heat maps and stuff where it's been like people have definitely been here. There's no way it's all uninhabitable.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
It's a good wormhole.
Yeah.
All right, so Brad, let's close this out. Tell us.
Okay.
Tell the people what you want.
Quick rundown. You can get aggressive with the people. They like aggressiveness.
It's the holiday season. We're supposed to be in our best as humans. I do want you to know that this is not a feel-good story. It's heavy. It's got violence. It's got potential for nefarious activities. But there's a message here, and I believe it can do a lot of good. I do. I really believe that. So if you'll read it and then you like it, tell people about it. Damn it. Help me out.
Click the link below. It's going to be free in the upcoming days. Fucking just check it out. It's a free damn book.
Please.
Cheap fucks.
God bless all of you. That's all I got.
Thanks for coming on. Remember, Deception, started January 5th?
6th, 8th. January 8th.
January 8th through January 13th.
Okay. We're on January 8th, me and Colby will muster up another podcast to remind people on the day that it's also free. You might remind me to remind us so we can remind them.
Hey, you know what? For a son-in-law, step-son-in-law, I love you, man.
Well, as Kyle's friend, I'm like your step.
I love you too, Dad.
So we're connected, Colby. This whole crazy shit.
Yeah, maybe what I'll do later is I'll introduce you to my buddy Ken, who'll join the podcast a lot. He would get, especially if you start talking about Vietnam.
There we go.
There is your connection to talk for about 7 hours on a podcast. Plus, he also is woke, and he is an After Dark chat. So
me and Colby are kind of related. 2 weeks before I met Rachel, my current wife, he actually made out with her, so we kind of related.
Wow.
Don't tell Brandon. Don't tell Brandon.
Well, he's right here, so.
Oh, no!
It's true. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's true.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We're putting the video version on YouTube, correct?
Yeah, I can put the video version on. I can do that all today.
Okay, it's going to happen today. And then make sure you get the link, put it down there. We'll do, if you want to buy it, it's there now. If you want to wait for freeness, it's there in 2 weeks-ish.
Hey, do what you got to do. You guys know what to do. Just do it.
Do it.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching Dude Call Me Podcast episode. We don't know what episode it is. I'm going to hit, I think when I hit end, Brad,
It'll end.
I think it's just going to hang up on you. So nice meeting you and talking with you.
Have a good day.
All right.